Very honoured, pleased, delighted to have some acoustic music here this afternoon. Joined by local band Garoupa. Good day, good afternoon, gents. How are you doing? Thank you for coming in. You are a local band. How long have you been around?
About 3 years now.
3 years or so.
And we've dropped a few people since, changed a few personnel, very careless.
Why? What happened? Well, didn't they behave themselves, or they didn't like them, or what was the problem?
People go in different directions, I think, and Hong Kong's pretty a transitory place, really. People move around. So
very much so.
We picked up some great guitarists on the way.
Okay. How do you describe your style? If somebody was listening for the first time and I said, okay, this is a Garoupa, what would you say? What would you compare yourselves to or describe yourselves?
This is always a difficult question.
It is. That's why I asked it. Yeah, you're not going to get any easy ones.
Good songs, good melodies, good vocal harmonies, probably with a tinge of 70s in there somewhere, but we try and keep up to date.
Okay.
Hopefully they're all timeless.
Would you compare yourself to anybody? I mean, when you play or you record or anything, do you think, oh, that sounds a little bit like something else?
Someone said Grateful Dead.
Someone said the Grateful Dead.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. That's curious. Now, you've been around, you say two years or so you've been
2
around.
or 3.
Okay. I remember seeing you at the Battle of the Bands. Was that 2 years ago? Was that 18 months ago? Was it last year?
Last year.
Last year, was it? Okay. How did that go? What was the competition like?
Oh, it was great. It was good fun. Ouch! It was a good opportunity for us. We did really well, actually. We thrashed everybody. No, I'm joking.
Right, yeah.
We had to pull out, actually, because of holiday commitments and stuff, but we really enjoyed it, and it was a sign that Hong Kong music's getting better.
Do you think it is getting better? Do you think you're optimistic? Yeah. Where do you see that? I mean, do you see that in people coming to see you more, or do you see that in like a feeling or a buzz, or where do you get that?
A mixture of both things. Yeah. I think I'm always surprised by the local bands.
Right.
That, obviously like really influenced by a huge range of influences, like Britpop, especially, and you just don't expect that sort of. And I'm really surprised each time.
I remember seeing the Battle of the Bands for the first time 2 years ago, and I was amazed because I had no idea there were so many great local bands, and to have that forum for being there and to be able to be heard, I thought was fantastic. So good. I'm glad you think that it's improving. We need to hear what you sound like.
Okay.
A track, if you would. What were you going to play for first?
This is called Rubber Lover.
Rubber Lover. I hope it's not too kinky. Okay, this is Garoupa.
Track me on.
hotel room. Bell Sister Joe, now here's to you. Messing with his heart, she can't conceal. Better down at L's, Joe's last meal. And you're my lover, 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 lover. I got to tell you now that there's no one. Show me your lover, baby. Show me your lover, baby. I got to tie you down, yeah. Show me your lover, baby. There ain't no other baby. I got to tie you down, yeah. Yes, down. What you want, black and blue is your tone. Get on top, or get down low, little lover. What you see, what you do, what you will, what you want, black and blue is your tone. Get on top, get down low, little lover. Yeah. Show me your lover, baby. Show me your lover, baby. I've got to tie you down, yeah. Show me your lover, baby. There ain't no other baby. I got to tie you down, yeah. Show me your lover, baby. Show me your lover, baby. I've got to tie you down, yeah. Show me your lover, baby. There ain't no other baby. I got to tie you down, yeah.
That was marvellous. Thank you very much, guys. I'm talking to Garoupa, who are Tim, Nell, Magnus, Alex. You got one more guy as well, but you couldn't bring him in. That's correct.
We have a
isn't
bass player too.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
on
I
the
told
cards.
you. I told you couldn't have a bass player today because it's all acoustic. It's all acoustic and all live. Garoupa, thank you very much. You say sorry. What was the name of that track again?
That was Rubber Lover.
Rubber Lover, kinky, you like it. Now, what you mentioned about the Hong Kong scene before and how it's getting better. One of the complaints that I used to hear a lot was about venue, and there's no venue. Is that fair? What would you like to see? What would you like to see happen for the scene?
Well, there's more places, definitely. There's more now than there was even a year ago, I think, because there are certainly venues. It's just that nothing really generally happens.
So is it venues or is it knowing about venues? Is it that they're out there and people don't know, or is it that there's still not enough?
I think
venues?
it's always been difficult for promoters to put on local music, local alternative music.
Right.
I think the venues are there, and now finally they're being used, which is nice. The Fringe Club and The Edge and
Right.
Underground, the regular club
Right,
night or
right.
music night. So there's certainly more coming up.
So, but you'd like to see more of that? I mean, or would you? Is it just getting the word across that's the problem?
Yeah, I think both, bit of both really. Getting the word across is pretty hard to compete against the blanket advertising of
Right.
other things happening locally.
But people are interested, presumably.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. So how do they hear about it? How do you get the message across?
It's through friends and emails, but it's
Word of
who
mouth.
you know, yeah.
Right.
Compared to posters up, which you can't really do unless you have the money.
Money again.
Yeah.
It's obviously still quite hard. I mean, when you see either local cantopop bands or even international bands, and they have all this publicity, and you have all the backing for them. Do you get disheartened when you think, well, we should be bigger than we are, we should be more known than we are?
I don't think
Never.
we take that seriously.
Never. I think we count ourselves lucky to be able to do it, and we can be quite a big fish in a small pond in Hong Kong.
That's true, because you do get perhaps a little bit more exposure here sometimes than in other cities. That it is more of a more something special.
Less cynicism.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Which is good. Okay.
We were very lucky. We played on the main stage at Rocket. I mean, I don't know if you could do that in England or.
Right, yeah, that's a very big exposure. It's a very big chance, isn't it, to be seen? And so, what did you get from that? What did you feel from that? I mean, nervous or edgy, or did you?
I think I don't know. That was Nell's first gig. You answer that.
Oh, I was very excited. Actually, my first time to play with the guys, and
right.
They just found me at a local bar singing some stuff, and eventually they invited me to sing with them, and yeah, that was my first gig with them. So it's
worked out. And what would you like to see? Where would you like to be in, I don't know, a couple of years' time? Or how would you like to develop, either musically or fame or fortune or what? Because this is, without putting you down, it's a hobby, presumably, isn't it? It's nothing more than that. Where would you like to do it full time, or how would you like to sort of develop or grow?
We're doing a CD at the moment with Mark One Studios, so we should get that out, and hopefully the word will spread even more. And we'd like to carry on doing some big gigs and some big festivals, and maybe go abroad and do some other festivals in Asia.
And can you do that? I mean, are the people interested in other countries that having acts from Hong Kong?
Sure, if you're good enough.
Right.
We've had some offers. It's just that we're all, of course, we all have full-time jobs.
Right.
And it's getting more and more difficult to do it as well. I guess the older, you get, the more difficult it is. The more settled in you are, the more difficult it is to actually. But
you still, what's the writing process? You write together, or you how do you do it? How
well, that's complicated.
As all good writing processes should be.
I write quite a lot of the stuff.
Okay.
And that's usually on acoustic guitar, and then we kind of build it up from there. And I put it on MP3, and the guys listen to it, and we take it from there. But the other guys write stuff as well now, and everything gets put through the sausage machine that is the band room. So your beloved song gets twisted and turned in all directions, and we love to do
usually
that to each
improved.
other.
You mentioned MP3s. Internet. Do you do a lot of stuff internet-wise as well?
We send stuff to each other quite a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
so you don't actually have to record together. You can do stuff and then.
I record quite a lot of stuff at home.
Right.
And just send them and see what they think and get some feedback.
Okay.
And then if we're interested, we take it into the room and start practicing, messing with it.
Okay. All right. Another track, if you would please, gents. What would you like to do now?
I think this is one of Tim's. This is Crazy.
Okay.
Crazy. Okay, Garoupa. Thank you.
So, Edgar. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Got a crazy little woman, she drives a man insane. I lock myself in the basement, she keeps me talking anyway. Got a crazy little woman, she drives a man insane. I lock her up in the basement so I can have my dirty way. I got a crazy little woman, she drives a man insane. Come on, come on, la 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 love. Come on, lay down and linger. Come on, la 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 love. Come on, come on. Got a crazy little woman, she drives a man insane. I lock myself in the basement so I can have my dirty way. I got a crazy little woman, she drives a man insane. Come on,
That's great. That's fantastic. Very much. The band is Garoupa, who are Tim and Nell and Magnus and Alex, who have dropped by this afternoon to do a very live and very acoustic session. Thank you, gents. You said before, Alex, that you're doing a recording an album. How different is that process to playing live? It must be quite a different sensation.
Very different. Very, very different. You're on your own.
Yeah.
Everyone else has left you, and you are alone under the spotlight, and you need to keep time.
Because you don't have to, I don't know, speak as an amateur. You wouldn't have to play as loud, presumably. You don't have to shout, or you don't have to sort of get the message across. Is that fair, or do you sing differently?
I think it's hard for me because I play and sing at the same time, so I find it hard to do the two things separately on the CD. So I find it hard to sing on without accompaniment, and I find it hard to play without singing. But these guys are all musicians, so if I make a mistake, they can cover me up.
Teamwork, good. The actual recording. How many have you done so far? Well, what sort of stage is it at?
It's at my stage. Yes.
How many songs are there?
There are about 12 songs.
The
And
drums are all done.
Drums and
Okay.
bass are all done.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's my turn, and then it's Tim's turn, and then it's vocals.
You do it again, so it's piecemeal. It's not done as an entity. It's done as individuals.
No, we set the guide tracks down in, as a band, and then we use those guide tracks to help us form the individual tracks.
So is new technology helping in that respect? Is it a lot easier to make music now than it would have been, say, 5 years ago?
I think so. Tim's the whiz.
Okay.
He knows.
No idea.
I think you can cover up a lot with software these days.
Software. It takes
You
a
can,
long
but
time,
you've
though.
still got to have the ideas, and you've still got to have the melodies, and you've still got to have the music. And if you haven't got that, then you're still going to sound rubbish. So, I mean, if you have got that, and you obviously have got that, then it's going to be a lot easier or more rewarding, I suppose, to put stuff down. When might people be able to hear the results, or is that an open-ended question?
In the shops for Christmas.
Okay. Now, you mentioned before about the Hong Kong scene and playing in Hong Kong, whatever. Are there other bands here that you respect, that you think, that they've done a good job, they've flying the flag, if you like?
Loads.
Lots, yeah.
Like, for instance?
Very Ape.
Very Ape,
like.
big guy, yeah.
The Academy,
Yeah,
Audio Traffic.
yeah.
Who else?
Jalkudin.
Yeah, Jakudin.
Mhm.
So Unix at Underground, they were very good,
Unix,
actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
The underground venue, which is every 2 weeks, every month?
Yeah, every other week.
Every other week, right. That's done a lot to help new bands get exposure?
Yeah,
it's
that's
really good.
Yeah.
I think it's one, Rocket and Underground,
Right.
I think are the two main changes, really.
And we've got Hong Kong Live now as well.
Right, okay, which is also... So the whole... The feel seems to be getting better, the opportunities.
Yeah.
Okay. The sound that you've done, I mean, with recording stuff, how much has it changed over the couple of years or so that you've been doing stuff?
Oh, huge. We didn't have a drum kit to start off with.
Right.
I think we
Then-
sounded, actually, this is probably back to the roots for us a little bit. Acoustic,
Yeah.
we started out a lot less.
Well, again, I suppose, I mean, like you're saying, technology can hide things up. And I suppose in some respects, playing through amplifiers and whatever can hide a few of the cracks as well. I suppose when you're playing acoustically, it's a lot more critical.
Mm-hmm.
But you enjoy playing live or acoustic or whichever way.
Live is good.
We
Okay.
haven't done this for a very long time, actually.
When we started up doing a lot of this, Tom Lee do a sound-based acoustic competition, and we entered that and did quite well. And our first few gigs were like this.
Okay, it sounds good. One final track, if you would, please. What would you like to do?
Mother.
Mother?
I think we are going to do Mother. Yes.
I think you're going to do Mother, apparently. Yes, Garoupa.
Lazybones.
Let's go for it.
Lazybones?
Mother will be fine. Sorry, Neil, we're arguing.
This happens a lot in Romania.
Hello, Llama.
Standing in your underwear. Now, can you pull your pants up, please? 'Cause we are standing underneath. Monkey say, oh, what the monkey do? Gonna drop the bomb on you. What it's for? and a monkey too. Seeing as your brain back at the zoo. Well, I keep a scar for all these years, choking on your pretzel tears. Monkey say, oh, what the monkey feel. 60 guns out in my ear. What is broken you face? Now your lies are on my face. Ah, here we go, mother, mother. Tell me what you say. Mother, mother. Left and gone away. Mother, mother. Tell me what went wrong. Mother, mother. Where's daddy gone? Where's daddy gone? Where's daddy gone? Yeah. Where's daddy gone? Yeah. Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. Where's daddy gone? Where's daddy gone? Where's daddy gone? Where's daddy gone? Yeah. Where's daddy gone?
That's marvellous stuff. The sound of Garoupa, Tim, Nell, Magnus, and Alex. Do you want to do one more in a minute or not? Is that your repertoire for today?
Yeah, we've got one more.
You got okay, all right. We'll do one. I'm enjoying it too much. Where can people hear you? If people, you know, they're hearing it and think, wow, this is good. Where do you play, or where can people hear you play?
When's the next gig?
We do play at the Underground. We do play at the Fringe Club, the Edge,
On Llama.
on Llama
Okay.
sometimes. All the venues in the city we're hoping to get into.
Okay, so
Coliseum.
yeah, and the place out near the airport that is way too far from
right
anywhere.
next
Yeah. How do people get in touch if people do want to get in touch with you?
www.garoupa.net.
Garoupa.net, interesting site. Okay.
Garoupa at Gmail.
Sorry, so
Garoupa at gmail.com.
Garoupa@gmail.com. Okay, if you want to get in touch
For
with the
contact,
guys.
that's probably better. Actually.
Forgot. Okay, good. If you could just one thing you could change about the Hong Kong music scene, what would it be? Tim?
Need a lot more regular open mics.
Okay.
Just for anyone who wants to get involved.
Okay. Nell, what would you think? If you could change one thing about the Hong
Maybe
Kong music scene?
more venues.
More venues? Different sorts of
Bigger
venues?
venues.
Yeah. Okay. Magnus?
Venues as well.
Venues again.
It's come a long way, but still, we can't have too many. Really.
Okay. Alex? Or you could wave your magic wand and you can make anything happen for
A huge, big, open air venue at the top of the hill in Langquai Fort.
pushing it. Okay. All right. Thank you. I really appreciate you coming down. Thank you for coming down. One final track before you disappear off into the rain. And this will be
Lazybones.
Lazybones, Garoupa. Thank you very much.
How will you move? How will you move? Ah, my love. peers, a crowd of peers. Nobody seems to be pulling on your record. Come on, you lazy bones. Nobody seems to be pulling on your record. Come on, you lazy bones. It's so high. Come on, baby, ooh, you like a record. So high. Keep it up, keep it up. How well you move. How well you move. My love. A crowd of peers. A crowd of peers. Nobody seems to be putting on your record. Come on, you lazy bones. Nobody seems to be putting on your record. Come on, you lazy bones. So high. Come on, baby, ooh, you like a record. So high. Keep it up, keep it up. Nobody seems to be putting on your record. Come on, you lazy bones. Nobody seems to be putting on your record. Come on, you lazy bones. So high. Come on, baby, ooh, you like a record. So high. Keep it up, keep it up.
That's marvellous. Garoupa, Tim, Nell, Magnus, Alex, thank you once again for coming down. All the very best for your future endeavours. Keep in touch.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much.